Hello everyone and welcome back to another part 2 of the Outer Worlds Supernova 100% walkthrough. So in this one we will look to continue where literally where we left off last at the end of the first.
These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you constantly. Please ignore them.
Okay, that was creepy. So yeah, we'll just continue where we left off, and then we'll look to start doing some side missions, and yeah, we'll go see the town leader and whatever.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay.
Lie? You've got it all wrong. I'm a Starship Safety Inspector.
Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Take care. That was easy. Okay, let's venture on. So as long as you sort of the one thing I've sort of noticed with this game is that you, even if you press Q whilst peeking, so for example he'll be here hiding behind this bit of rock, you press Q, you peek, he'll still shoot you before you have a shot on him. Bit unrealistic considering you're slowing down time, so even if he's aiming at you here and I peek, there is no way he can be like, yeah. Although the game's unrealistic, so who am I kidding? What am I saying? So we'll do a bit of adventuring. I think we'll do that in, oh god, frames. Do that in part 3, I think. For this one, we'll just do a few side quests, talk to a load of people, see the town, and go from there.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
From that way.
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend.
I'm just passing through.
Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices.
Okay. Nice to meet you. I'm Alex Hawthorne. I keep saying that wrong. Hawthorne, captain of the Unreliable.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas, junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Who do I talk to about a power regulator?
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
Depends on the work. You offering me a job?
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites. We rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
You want me to collect what's owed to you? I can do that.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Why is Abernathy a special case?
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
Okay. Where can I find these people?
Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
Okay. I'll be back. Cool. So the landing pad is, I believe, over here. Oh, I can get in that door. Didn't even realise. Hello? I'm gonna start stealing shovels now, aren't I? Oh, I can't open it. Start stealing already. So make sure when you do this, you don't get caught. Oh, fizzy tea. Wow, nice. And a frozen dinner. I can't believe how lucky I'm getting. Hello, can I? Thank you. Anything? Sure, I'll start that one up. And that. Don't mind if I do. Okay. I'll have to come back for that box if I remember. To me, even though motion blur is on 0, it feels like there's still some sort of motion blur going on. Yeah, there's a landing pad, which is also a fast travel point if you're not playing on Supernova. If you are, then I mean, I guess you'll be able to land here one day. So this dude is here.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
The hell does he mean by up to snuff? Silas and me, you owe him your grave site fees.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
What are you babbling about?
The war. The coming apocalypse. Man versus machine. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about. Firing at the birds. Orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
If your resistance needs another gun, I am for hire.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans mostly, some Spacer's Chaw, few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
Proper armies pay enlistment fees.
Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the resistance a bad name.
What do you need done?
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
If I'm going after this mechanical scout, I could use a few pointers. Couple pointers.
Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Okay, cool. I'll let you be. Now that he's left, just gotta be careful. Because he does, like, only goes to there and then turns back around, so... Oh, sugar. I need 4. Getting a bit unlucky not finding them in this playthrough. I think some items are the same, but I also think some of them are like randomly generated as well. Let's see if there's any, like, I can see a box there just hiding. Oh. Wow, ring! So I think in the boxes they are random. Anything you see on the shelves and stuff are the same. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So just getting a bit unlucky with what I'm finding in the boxes. Anything up here? Besides these gross things. I've got some bread. Got some bread, boys. Oh! I'm surprised that didn't hurt me, to be honest. There's a door here. Let's have a look, see in here. Nice. So I've got another one of those. Super important. See, this is why I think lockpicking is so important, because that reduces the amount that you need for it. So like, okay, so you see then it just went from 10 to 13. So if we go to skills, you see that's -3, that's -3, -3, that's due to thirst. So we need to have a little drink. Let's see what drinks we got. The 2-hour energy brew, caffeine drink. You also, by the way, like that one for example is alcohol, that one is caffeine drink. So you need to be careful when drinking that. Because if we go to character, there we go, details, there's a box called flaws, and you'll start like gaining flaws the more you drink and stuff. So I think that's how it works. So I junked them. I'll keep that moderately caffeinated. Mushroom. Let us go with this for now. Let's see how well that does. So yeah, that's brought all our perks back up. So that's 16 out of 10 now, 2 out of 4. And that's everything there. It's another one that needs to... Everything is locked. How am I supposed to loot anything? Right, let's go into Edgewater. Whoops. Okay, now this is Edgewater. So I have noticed, like, down these little alleyways and stuff like that in Edgewater, you will find boxes that usually have stuff in. Don't think this one does. Oh, of course that has. Oh yeah, that one does, so we'll need to go that way around. This one has mag pick. Just need to jump, crouch, boom, get all those nice things. And yeah, it just pays. It pays so much just to explore everything, to make sure you get everything, so you don't miss out on little extra things that will help you in your playthrough to make everything just a little bit easier. So we need to go in here anyway. There's a box up there, which is a steel one, so you need to be careful with this one. Don't think you can jump up there, but let's make sure. But nobody saw it. We're all good. We need to go up that lift sooner or later. But yeah, there is a reason why we're in here. That we're here to speak to a woman. These are personal quarters. See what's in these. Make sure nobody's in it. Don't mind if I do. Of course. Okay, wow, that was... What's exciting on it? Oh, yeah, don't mind if I do. Pink slips, what? Lovely. Okay, so let's go speak to the woman. She is upstairs, I believe.
You the new worker?
And
Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
okay, I'm guessing you're the foreman.
Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you.
Gravesite fees, I'm here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that? Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
These papers aren't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
You have to pay for your neighbor's gravesite fees?
If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
Right. You said this guy shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Okay. Must be tough losing family.
Eugene wasn't family.
You said you were his closest living relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Oh, you can't be serious.
I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Oh my god. He was a person, not an asset.
Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
I'll let you get back to work. Wow. Okay then. So, pressing J obviously gives up the side, the journal here. Don't want to do that one yet, do I? I want to do that one. So let's keep doing this task rather than going to see the person at the moment. So we need to come over here. Let's check all the nooks and crannies. Anyone with a name usually gives like a side quest, or they're
I've got some time.
talkative. I mean, in this case, that doesn't seem that talkative. What do you do? What do you do here?
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
Oh, well, okay. Good talk.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
At least you got your health.
Oh, well, good conversation there, I guess. Alright, here's...
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier.
Here's Martin.
Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
You want to tell me what's got you so nervous?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
Okay, sorry. I'm here to collect your gravesite fees.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
Knows what?
I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You are? Oh, wow. First time anyone's ever told me that. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
How can I help?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Sure, I'll do it.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Anything I should know about this community center?
Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives.
I'll leave you be. Got any nice stuff in here? He actually kind of does. Oh, nothing in there. Oh, it's not worth it. Let's see what you got in your bedroom. Nothing in there. Don't mind if I do steal that. Come on, please. I think I can do it standing. As long as you don't move, kind of thing. Actually, I don't think it even matters if you move or not. I think it's just a case of if you get spotted. That's what I was trying to say.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
I just spoke to you, didn't
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
Okay, he's got symptoms of something. You're saying it's psychosomatic? God, that was a hard
All I'm saying
word.
is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
What do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Let me worry about that.
Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
I get it. You need someone to smuggle you medicine under the table.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
I see that. I'll think about it.
That's all I can ask of you.
Right, one more person. Let's
Sometimes I wonder what
have a
I'm
look in
doing.
this door. What's the police station? Got any goodies in here? Yeah, you do. Anyone in jail? Let's speak to you. Can I just steal that right in front of you?
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
What? I'm looking for work.
Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Okay. I've got some questions for you, if you don't mind.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Do I ask the first one? Does the name Phineas Wells mean anything to you?
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual?
You know what? Never mind. Don't wanna get him in trouble, as he's the one that saved me. Hello? No one's in there. Okay.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
Some maintenance division over here. Oh, you could just take these. No quarry. What's this for then? Yeah, nothing exciting. Oh. Perfect, okay. Right, let's just see what's down here. A few boxes. Perfect, a few of those. Anything down? Nothing down there. Okay, let's go to this marker here. Here he is, the boy.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs.
Oh, that's not nice.
Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Do your haircuts usually come with free lectures?
We don't believe in free anything here in Edgewater. We're a Spacer's Choice company.
Yeah, true.
I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
I'm looking to repair my ship.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head.
Okay, well this guy's a knob. Your vicar.
Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties.
Sounds about right. Silas sent me to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
You have a very loose definition of the word prosperity.
Edgewater is built on the discipline and sacrifice of its people. Say what you will about our town, but we all pull together. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Hang on, medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
I'll let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
Okay, so from what I remember, it's something to do with that? Yeah. Sorry, I'll let you read that. So, if you want to read that, pause that here. And let's go. Okay.
What can I do for you?
I know about Eugene. Why not use his teeth as collateral for your gravesite fees?
You know about Eugene? How?
I found a note from Phyllis. I think that's what it says.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
I'm sure he won't miss that. They were probably worth a few bits.
More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
You're going to have to.
Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Perfect. I'm told Eugene killed himself. What happened?
Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
Oh dear, that's horrible.
It's a miracle of bureaucracy. If Eugene's death were filed as a suicide, we'd all pay the price for his crime.
That's...
We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Goodbye. That's pretty shitty, isn't it? Okay, so let's do this one now, which has us going up in that elevator, and then we will call it there.
Miss Holcomb, I need to explain this addressing the grease monkey, Argo.
I'm sorry.
Seems we've got a
Oops.
guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Are you Reed? I was told I should talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I think you may have the wrong idea about me.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we've got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Okay, let's hear it.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
I don't think these people would take kindly to losing their power.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Tell me what I need to do.
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Alright, Reed. I'll see what I can do to help you.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I could use the company.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Let's get going. I am now sleep deprived, which is pretty cool. Okay. Shall we go down? So it's nice weather we're having. Okay.
Hey, mister.
I mean,
can
I
we
did-
talk? Sorry.
Did
Got a
try and
sec?
just talk to you, but you ignored me.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
This is about the deserters, so what's the other side of it?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town's got issues.
Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but Every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Okay. I suppose it couldn't hurt. We'll stop by.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say.
Sure. Okay, so let's open up the map. Wait, can I do that? So if we've got a region, can I now? Yes, I can. So that is the only place we can fast travel to, and that is our ship. So we're going to do that now, save, and then end the part 2 there. Whee! Perfect. Let's sleep first though. Let's just make sure that we sleep. And now I'm hungry. And thirsty. Okay, on that note, I'll end it there. So thank you for watching this part, and I shall see you in part 3 where we'll continue exploring everything and, you know, looting as much as we can and then going from there. So yeah, I shall see you then.